Hey, what up, family? This time from No Picks Podcast.
Hey, good evening, family. It's Joe checking in for No Picks Podcast.
All right, y'all. So we back active again, right? So there's a video that we want to react to, and it's basically regarding a veteran having issues with the VA healthcare system, right? So what we're basically going to do is we're going to play the video, maybe stop it at certain points and address it and have a conversation about it. All right?
Sounds good. Let's go. All right.
Didn't expect that.
Seven times over the course of the last 6 years, dude. The VA has continued to let me down. I just want some continuity of care with mental health providers. These doctors keep quitting, they keep switching. And then the one doctor that I really liked, who talked me off a ledge the last time, refused. I had a split because they fell in a network, and then they came back in a network. So I went the last 2 years dealing with my own demons myself.
All right. So far, we know it's a veteran, and he has mental health issues.
Right.
And I guess that was, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting, man, because all right, so I'm in the military now, right? But I'm in the National Guard, right? I've never been deployed. I want to preface that, you know what I mean, before I get my commentary. I don't want people to think I was out there shooting Charlie and shit, right? So I want to preface that before I give my comment. But I'll take it out of the military realm, right? Because he probably has far more experience, you know what I mean? Like extensive experience as far as, what he's been through, right?
Yeah.
But I think the bottom line is we don't really give a fuck about men's mental health.
Yeah.
We really don't, bro. Whether you're a veteran or not, obviously this dude has been through it. He should have the full support of the federal government behind him.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard a lot of bad things about the VA medical benefits. I mean, I don't know what the situation is. Maybe it's not well funded. I have no idea, bro. But I hear a lot of that stuff all the time. Like veterans I know personally have issues with it constantly, right? So they have to have supplementary insurance, stuff like that. But I mean, this dude's obviously, he's in a way about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
yeah.
So let's play a little more and let's see what he has an issue with.
And trying to hold it together, and then come to find out it's like May. It's like late May, and he denied taking my case back. April 12th, and I'm just finding out, dude. And now I gotta go back to some new doctor, and then I gotta open Pandora's box again because they're gonna want to know everything, and then I'm gonna have to live through work and do that for a month. I just want some continuity of care, dude. I'm fucking so tired of it. I just want to be able to talk to the same person and have the same individual manage my goddamn meds. Been off all my medications for 2 years. I've been doing it on my own, man. I'm just in white knuckle. I'm gripping.
So the video is.
I think we kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah. All right. So what I'll share is,
bro. This is bullshit.
Yeah, it is BS. It is BS. I've also heard that there are issues with the VA. Here we see that the issue is health coverage and retention of certain doctors and but I've heard this as well. My brother is a Marine. He is a veteran. He has had surgeries that have taken forever to schedule, continually pushed back. He's had issues getting coverage for disability as well, or a certain percentage. So I've heard that this is a thing as well. So this makes me sad, bro, because listen, this has always been a big issue of mine. I'm like, listen, even if I'm someone who didn't support war, I'm like, these are human beings,
right,
who go and fight for our country.
Yeah.
Who have fought in the past for our rights, for our freedom, and people are like, well, this is real though. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to give credit and respect what is due, and I always feel like these people, after they put their bodies and their lives on the line, then they're just kind of cast to the side, bro. Like, I forget if the statistic is still the case, but it was like a quarter of veterans were homeless. You know what I mean? Like a
I don't know.
quarter,
That's true or not.
I'm sorry, no, a quarter of homeless people. I'm sorry, people that are homeless are veterans.
Right.
Sorry, I think that's the accurate
I
statement.
can believe that. I can
You know what
believe
I'm
that.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
how is it these people fought for their countries and now
Yeah.
they're home and homeless? You know, and also then the other part of this is mental health, bro. And you said it before. Mental health is just something that's not talked about enough with men. You
Nobody
know what I
gives a
mean?
fuck.
Like,
Nobody cares, bro. Like no, like everybody cares about mental health when it comes to women. Nobody cares about mental health when it comes to men. What do you tell
yeah,
men? Even other men, right? Like I'm not blaming women for it, right? But even other men, if when other men talk to other men about mental health stuff, we're like,
yeah,
bro, just nigga, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, bro. Like make it happen. Get out of here. You a
right.
man. You got kids to feed. Fuck out of here. Get out of my face. I'm not trying to hear it, right?
Mhm.
I can say personally for myself, you know what I mean? Like I'm uncomfortable talking to men or women, you know what I mean, about like mental health stuff. Like, cause I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah,
and I'm not, I can't really relate to, cause I've never been depressed. I've never been like, so let me give you an example. So it's like, I mean, I've had issues in my life, right? Like, you know what I mean? I didn't have the greatest childhood in X, Y, and Z, right? But like, my thing is, so what I do, like my kind of remedy is like, all right, this is going to sound like some nerd shit to everybody, but you mean, whatever. The idea is for y'all to get to know me a little bit better, right? My thing is, you know, when I didn't get promotions at work or whatever, like whatever the situation is, like if I really feel down about it, I'll kind of like seclude myself for like a couple day period, maybe a weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday
mhm,
type shit, and
yeah,
I'll be in like a room by myself, ordering food, pizza, whatever,
yeah,
and I'll just be like I'll be watching anime and shit. Like I'll watch like old cartoons that made me feel better as a kid, like old
yeah,
X-Men. That's not anime, but old Dragon Ball Z stuff that like made me
right,
kind of took me back to a time where things were more simple. You know what I mean? I didn't have bills to pay. I didn't have children. You know what I mean? I just was like, all right, well, I'm just
yeah,
free out here eating fucking candy bars, Milky Ways, drinking 2 liter brisk iced teas, and just chilling, watching fucking cartoons all day, right? So it's like,
yeah,
so it's a lot of, so I'll seclude myself for a couple day period, and I'm like, all right. After that, I'm like, I'll just be like, all right, well, like that's always been enough for me. But I
right.
acknowledge that for some people that's not enough,
Yeah.
right?
So wait. So have you? So just to make sure, have you ever been depressed or felt depressed or felt
I
like?
mean, for how
Because if
people
not, that's
describe,
a blessing, bro.
right,
If not, I'm happy for you.
right.
Like,
The way people describe depression, I don't think, like I said, when I'm like, if I feel that feeling where I'm just like down in the dumps, I'm like, I feel like it's raining a cloud over me or whatever. Like I said, I'll seclude myself. I'll take my phone. Boom, here you go. I'll take my phone in a room
yeah.
somewhere, and like I said, I'll watch
Yeah, it's
all types of stuff.
well. Listen,
I
bro,
can't
you
relate.
are you're blessed. You are definitely blessed, and I can tell you that you know, mental illness among men, especially like depression. Like I can't tell you how many of the people that I mess with in my life, like men in my life, I know struggle with depression. Like I know
Mm-hmm,
that they do. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a real thing. I fought 10 years depression. That's
mm-hmm,
why I'm so happy for you, bro. Because like from like the end of college, high school till like the birth of Kira, you know, of my daughter, my first daughter,
right,
who's 8
right,
now. Like that's when like I finally stopped being like I conquered it, and then I
right,
could finally function just like without that depression. But I
right,
say this to you is because like I can see why someone who hasn't experienced it would be like, I just don't get it.
right,
Because the way it works, bro. Like not the way it works, but like it's like a lens. It's like your brain puts this like negative lens over your, I don't know, I guess your eyes, like your perception. So
mm-hmm,
even like it's something that you can't control because
right,
when you snap out of it, you know, you realize, damn, I don't have to take my life. Life isn't that bad.
right,
People do love me. You know what I mean? So it's so weird how it's like this shift in your brain, bro, and everything you see is through this negative lens. And if
right,
you feed it, it gets worse, you know? So that's why for someone who never experienced it, you would never know like what that
right,
feels like. And I'm glad you don't, bro, because it sucks.
right,
It sucks,
right,
bro. And the thing is, my guilt fueled my depression too. This is why I was like, this shit is real. Like,
mm-hmm,
I felt guilty because my life was good. I had my
right,
mom, I had papa, I had a full ride to college. You know, my grandparents raised me to be an amazing young man. They cared about me.
right.
They cared. I was honor roll every year. You know what I mean? Like
It's
I was a
interesting.
good kid. You know what I mean? Full of, I was
Mhm.
in a bad neighborhood. I made it out. You know what I
Right,
mean? I
right,
made so I had so much that I was blessed with, but I was depressed. And it's like it's not that you don't appreciate the things in your life, but with depression, you just don't see it that way,
Right.
bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a trip, bro. I'm just trying to explain it because I can imagine for someone who's never experienced it, it probably does seem bizarre. Like just wake up, or just man up, or
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just what are you doing? But it's just it's just not that simple, bro.
It's funny you say
I
that
wish it
because
was that simple.
right, it's funny you say that because like my situation, you know, like by now you know my background. My
Oh
background is
yeah, yeah,
violent.
yeah, yeah.
You
Of
know, my
course,
mom was on drugs. My dad was never around,
I
and
know, bro.
my grandma raised me, right? But she had other motherfuckers to raise. She was old by the time, you know what I mean? So I was
Yeah,
out doing my own thing. So it's like,
right.
bro, I was so used, and my aunts loved me, whatever. That, I'm not saying, you know what I mean? But like, they had their own stuff
Yeah,
going. They had their own children. They had their own jobs, their own career. And I was
man.
so used to not having anything at all, or no, not even people. Bro, I used to leave the house and just come back whenever I wanted. Cause she just kind of, my grandma just kind of lost track of me. Cause she'd be like, bro, like,
Right,
listen, I got shit, she got shit she got going on.
right.
She just kind of lost track of me. So I just kind of want to do whatever. And thank God it was never anything crazy, like,
I
you
know.
know, anything illegal, right? Because I was always, listen, I promise you, I swear I was going to be in the league. I thought I was going to be my 10th year in the league by now. Like, that's why, bro, I used to go leave and play basketball all fucking day long.
You
Like,
really you want to
all
be an NBA?
day. I was one of them. I swear I was going to go to the NBA. I was the best dude in high school. I was the
You
best dude
still
in middle
hoop?
school. No, I don't hoop no more. I gave that up. As soon as
I'm about to say if you hoop, bro, I'm trash, but I hoop too.
I can tell you that story. But yeah, like I'm so used to, I was so used to like having nothing that like if shit taken away from me, like I was divorced. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
When I got divorced and I had to go move back home, it didn't
right,
bother me one bit because I'm like, yo, I'm
right,
used to being from the bottom. Like this is what I
right.
this is what I'm from. Like with the Batman John, he was like, you know, Bane was fighting Batman. Batman, he turned the light out. He tried to turn the lights out, and he was like, yo, like you just adopted
Right.
the dark. Like I'm born from this shit. Like
Yeah. No, right. That's
I
real.
don't know
That's
any other
real.
way. So when things are taken away from me, I'm just like, okay, I'll just start back over. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
bro, that's great. That's great. I'm glad. It's like you're very resilient, and that's amazing that you have this like high level of tolerance and resilience, and like you can manage your stress so much better. You know what I mean? You can divert
Mhm.
that energy into something that's more productive, instead of just letting it drown you or burn you out and bring you down. Like that's awesome, bro. This shit sucks, man. It sucks. So and men don't
And I'll
talk
say
about
this.
it enough.
I'll say this last thing because because a friend of mine from work, she's Asian, not that that mattered, but I remember she had a miscarriage, right? And she's probably gonna watch this, but so I'll be PC about what I say. She had a miscarriage years ago,
Mm.
and I remember she came to work, and I was so kind of like clueless of what to say to her about the miscarriage, even though she was a very good friend of mine,
Mhm.
and I just ignored the whole thing, bro. Like I was just like, I just pretended it didn't happen because I don't know how to talk to people in that set. I don't know how to talk to people that have gone through things. I just
Yeah.
don't say anything at all. So like I'm
Yeah.
so like I guess when women say I want an emotionally intelligent dude, I ain't that, yo. Like listen, I don't know what to say to people when we go through things and stuff like that, or somebody
Yeah.
dies, or they have a miscarriage, or something crazy happens, bro. I just be like, I just avoid them. I ain't going like I just
That's
flat
great.
out avoid them.
That's great, bro. That's great. And I hope that you can continue on that path. I'm not gonna wish it on you, but I feel like it's at some point in your life you're gonna be tested, and you
Right,
might feel a
right,
little blue, and then be like, "Damn, this is what they was talking about." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, but
yeah,
you'll still pull out of it,
yeah,
but you'll finally realize, like, "Damn, this is crazy." It got me looking down on myself. I don't even. I'm not trusting my thoughts. I feel worthless. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks, bro. You feel
yeah,
tired. You feel fatigued. You mentioned it's funny that you're like, I don't know how to talk to people about it, because when I've tried to approach other men about it, like people in my life, people who I know, like sometimes they don't know how to really respond, or they try to change the subject, which is
yeah,
fine, because for me, I'm
right,
like, listen, I'm not going to push it, because I already know men struggle with emotions and like
yeah,
and
yeah,
expressing certain things. So I'm like, if I get that vibe, I'm like, okay, bro, you know what I mean? Like, just change the subject, or keep or follow their lead, you know what I mean? But they either don't want to talk about it or don't know how to talk about it.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
And I know people go through shit because I went through shit. You know what I mean? I know people are going through shit. So when I don't
yeah,
hear from you, when you don't hear from your boys for like a couple weeks, or somebody that you used to mess with heavy now is like
yeah,
ghosting, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you got to check up on your peoples. That's where
yeah,
I was trying to go to. Like, for mental health, like, check up on your peoples, man. I be trying to check up on my peoples. Like, you met, well, yeah, like just texting them, like, how you doing? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Are you good? Are you okay? Because you just never know. Men be go through stuff, they don't share, man. You wouldn't
No,
know.
no.
They just
So
won't share it.
we got to finish because we come up on that time. But I'm gonna
Oh,
finish with
damn.
this.
Yeah.
Yo, we don't as a society, bro. We don't give a fuck about men's mental health. We care about women's mental health. We don't care about men's mental health at all. Like, I mean, I know people will say they do, but like, there's a different situation when a guy's crying and being sad, like my man in the car. There's a different reaction people give him versus a woman talking about, yo, I got postpartum depression. You give her the license to be like, all right, cool. Like, you slapped the nigga up a couple times, like, all right, cool. But guess what? You had postpartum depression. If that dude, my man right there in the army, or I'm not sure what branch he in, but whatever his situation is,
yeah,
if he slapped somebody up, he going to fuck the jail. Ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. He's crying in his car and he got mental issues. Nobody give a fuck. Nobody care. And that's just our lot as men. And that's just, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We got to try to change that. So we'll keep the dialogue going. Let us know how you guys feel about the clip. Tell us about your experiences if you're veterans. We love and respect to y'all. I respect all y'all. I got veterans in my family. You know what I mean? People that are close to me are veterans. So I have mad respect for y'all. And let us know how you feel about the clip, about mental illness. Tell us your journey if you had that too. Just talk to us, y'all. We will respond. We want to hear from y'all. Like and subscribe. We on the move. Share. Give us a share. Anything. A shout out. We on the move.
All right.
All right. Until next time.
All right, yeah.